give us a little background on this situation. Why are these truckers upset about the higher diesel prices, and what can the government potentially do about it?
Look, you think it's happening around the world, right? Fuel prices are going up everywhere. But the problem here in Brazil is it's been compounded by a weakening currency at the same time. And Brazil wasn't exactly accustomed to prices that fluctuate with market forces. So over the past year, diesel prices have gone up by like 50%. Truckers get paid the same that they did a year ago. They're upset. Margins are pinched. They go to the streets. The government ignores them. Totally underestimated the strength of this movement. Hundreds of thousands of people paralyzing large parts of the economy. Flights are in danger. Potatoes, tomatoes, carrots, you name it, at supermarkets are running out. It's a disaster.
Raymond, can you clarify what you meant when you said that historically diesel prices didn't fluctuate much? Was that a function of government subsidies that set a cap on price? Why is this a new thing?
That's absolutely right. For the better part of the last decade, about 13 years under the left-wing government of Lula and President Dilma, they set a cap. Actually, not all of that time, but much of that time, that set a cap on fuel prices. People got used to that, and only over the past year, really, have they been fluctuating. So that's why I'm saying it's a novelty. And obviously, people don't have the purchasing power that people do in Europe or the United States, so it weighs heavily in people's pockets.
It weighs heavily in people's pockets. It weighs heavily on people's minds. And Petrobras actually said on Wednesday it would cut the price of diesel by 10% for 2 weeks. Congress is also looking into eliminating some of the numerous taxes on fuel. But ironically, did they actually get to vote on it? Because apparently some of the lawmakers had to rush to go back home because they were concerned they couldn't make their flight.
That's absolutely right. They thought, of course, they put the country before their own interests and quickly got on a plane and flew home before they could vote on anything important. But basically, it's been a fumbled reaction to this entire scene. Petrobras said, yes, it's gonna cut diesel prices for 10%. It got punished immediately. It got pummeled today by investors. Share prices fell as much as 15%. And the government is having to give in as well, cutting taxes. This is going to cost them billions that the government doesn't have. So there's the lesson. Don't underestimate a strike.
And the reason why those senators had to leave early for their home state is because the airport is only allowing planes to have sufficient fuel for their onward journey to land. So they were in a big rush to get on the plane if the plane was there, Jules.
So, Ray, what happens now? Is there any hope of this thing getting resolved?
Well, the union has been quite clear. If the taxes don't disappear, they stay on strike. So, lo and behold, Congress is reconvening. People are flying back from their home states tonight in an attempt to try to make the wrong good again, and they're going to try to vote on something. We'll just have to see tomorrow morning.
And there's no buns at the McDonald's?
I knew you were going to ask about that.
That's so predictable.
And among other things, there are shortages, yes, but we'll get around it.